All right, problem number 10 on the review. First thing you have to do is, since you're subtracting, you need a common denominator. So our common denominator, we have 3x plus 5 and then x plus 8. So our common denominator is going to be 3x plus 5 times x plus 8. All right, so the first one, we have 3x plus 5. So we have to multiply it by x plus 8 to get the common denominator. So x plus 8. Whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. All right, and I have a 4x squared up there already. All right, and then minus. And then the second one, we have an x plus 8. So we need a 3x plus 5. And again, whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. All right, and we have a 10 up there. All right, so I'm going to distribute the 4x squared in there. So that gives me 4x cubed plus 8, oops, not 8, 32. 32x squared. Now, I'm going to distribute this as a negative 10. All right, so I'm taking the minus sign with the 10 and distributing it that way. So negative 10 times 3x gives me a negative 30x, and negative 10 times 5 gives me a negative 50. All right, and that's all over x plus 8 times 3x plus 5. All right, and then I would try to factor this out to see if I could simplify it, but this one doesn't simplify. So that is actually your answer. But you do have to see if you can simplify it at all. So it had 4 terms, so we tried factor by grouping, but it doesn't factor. All right, number 11. So we have to, again, we're subtracting, so we got to find a common denominator. So this one is x plus 4 times x plus 4. X squared minus 16, that factors out to x plus 4 times x minus 4. So our common denominator here is going to be x plus 4 times x plus 4 times x minus 4. All right? So on the first one, we're missing an x minus 4. So we have to multiply the bottom by x minus 4 and the top by x minus 4. So we're going to have to FOIL these out. So whenever I FOIL that out, all right, FOIL this out at the top, I got 2x squared minus 8x plus 1x, so minus 7x, and then minus 4. All right, and that's over x minus 4 times x plus 4 times x plus 4. And then in this one, we need an x plus 4. Because we only have one, we need 2 of them for our common denominator. So I'm going to multiply by x plus 4, and then the top by x plus 4. So again, I'm going to distribute this as a negative 3 to get rid of that negative sign. So that'll change this to a plus, and that gives me a negative 3x minus 12. And again, over x minus 4 times x plus 4 times x plus 4. All right, now all I got to do is combine my like terms. I got a 2x squared. I don't have any other x squareds. So 2x squared. I have a negative 7x and a negative 3x. That gives me a negative 10x. And a negative 4 and a negative 12 gives me a negative 16 over x minus 4 times x plus 4 times x plus 4. And again, you need to try to factor this out. We can factor a 2 out of all of them. And that's going to give us the factors of 8, that when we would subtract them, we would get a 5, and we don't have that. So it doesn't factor out any further than factoring it out. So this is actually our answer because it doesn't simplify any further. All right, and that was number 11. And now number 16 was the other one. All right, so 16. Here we are solving. We got an equal sign. So this one, we're going to multiply everything by the common denominator. Now, what I'm going to do first, this is not going to change. That is not going to change. This, I can factor a 2 out of the top and get x plus 10. And I can factor a 2 out of the bottom and get x plus 4. And then I can actually cancel these 2's out. Now it makes it easier because now my only denominator is x plus 4. So I'm going to, again, it's got an equal sign. So if we multiply by the common denominator, we can get rid of the fractions. So I'm going to multiply everything by x plus 4. So x plus 4 and x plus 4, they cancel out. So it leaves me with 2 times x plus 7. I have to multiply that by a x plus 4. So it's a negative 2 times x plus 4 equals, and then x plus 4 and x plus 4, they cancel out. So it leaves me with x plus 10. All right, so I distribute this. I got 2x plus 14 minus 2x minus 8 equals x plus 10. Combine my like terms, they cancel out. 14 and negative 8 gives me a 6. So I get x plus 10 equals 6. And then I subtract 10, and I get x equals negative 4. All right. All right, and the problem is x is equal to a negative 4, but remember, we have a x plus 4 in the bottom, all right? So if I put a negative 4 in there, negative 4 plus 4 gives me a 0, so I'd be dividing by 0. So that is an extraneous solution. So this problem actually had no solution. All right.